Lesson 3 this evening is called Planning a Personal Activity Program. You want to plan your physical activity to help you achieve specific fitness goals. And this is why we did that orange piece of paper that says fitness goals. Some words you're going to hear: specificity, overload, progression, warm-up, workout, cool down, and resting heart rate. The activities that you choose depend on factors like your fitness goals and things that you like to do. So we all have some goals that we want to reach, and it's, what activities do you enjoy doing to help you reach those goals? So our last time that we talked about how to measure our level of fitness with the FitnessGram test. That's a great place to start. So we had all your FitnessGram test scores, and then you looked at them and you analyzed which was your strongest, which was your weakest, and then you picked one that you wanted to improve, and you set a SMART goal, which stood for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. All right, so what are you going to do? Some of your things depend upon, these influence what activities you're going to do: cost, safety, your overall health, where you live, your schedule, and your fitness level. All those things are going to play into what you choose to do. In Minnesota, most of us are not going to be going on hiking in mountains and rock climbing because we live in the plains area. So where you live is very important. Your schedule, timing, when does it fit into your schedule? If you want to go to fitness classes, do they fit into your schedule? And also cost. Do you have the money to go to those classes? Once again, your fitness level, where are you at? What do you want to start doing? And your overall health play a valuable role, plus your personal safety. You want to choose different types of activities to meet your fitness goals and also to keep you from becoming bored. That's why it's great also to exercise with a friend or a buddy, because that keeps you motivated. It helps prevent some of this boredom, and also helps you stay accountable because you're meeting somebody to exercise or you're exercising with you. That's why they talk about having a journal to keep track of your fitness activities. I know I have a Fitbit, and that has an ongoing log of how physically active I've been every single day. There's apps like MyFitnessPal where you can do the same thing. You log in your activities. Actually, FoodUcate that we've talked about also has a part where you can log in your food and your activities that you do throughout the day. Moderate intensity physical activities. All right. Walking, climbing stairs, household chores, yard work, doing basic things each and every day. Aerobic activities, which we talked about before, they get your heart rate up, and you're doing these for an extended period of time. You want to try to get at least 3 20-minute sessions of vigorous aerobic activities. So getting your heart rate up at least 3 times a week in a session that is considered to be vigorous. Here are some aerobic activities they have: cycling, brisk walking, or what I would say power walking, running, dancing, skating, cross-country skiing. Most team sports are all aerobic activities. Strength training, so you have your cardio training, now you have your strength training. You want to do these, once again, it says 2 to 3 sessions a week between 20 and 30 minutes. And you want to give a day off in between so your muscles have a time to rest and recuperate and build. And here they have some examples of strength training. You have the sports of rowing, cross-country skiing, pull-ups, push-ups, cycling, running, and skating. Flexibility, you can get that done like they show here in gymnastics, martial arts, ballet, Pilates, yoga, stretching. Any of these classes will improve your flexibility, and they just say here, simply stretching 10 to 12 minutes a day. To make your fitness program effective, you need to make it specific, you need to overload, and there needs to be some progression, and it needs to be done regularly. All right, what is specificity? If you want to improve your PACER test score, you need to do an activity that is going to get your heart pumping. Doing push-ups and curl-ups and sit-ups and lifting weights isn't necessarily going to make my PACER score or my MILE score higher. I need to be more specific, and I need to pick out exercises that are going to get my heart pumping and my legs working on getting my legs to handle that speed of running. Overload, you increase the demands in your body in order to make it stronger. That means when it gets hard, you keep going, and that's the part of where you're overloading your heart muscle, you're overloading your legs, you're overloading your arms. When you're doing push-ups, if it's getting hard, keep pushing through it because that's where you're building the muscle. Progression, so adding some time on, working a little harder or a little longer each session. So that's where you're going to put weights on to improve, to progress, or you're going to be doing more push-ups, more sets of push-ups. You're going to be running for a longer period of time or a longer distance of time. That's progression. Gradually increasing the demands on your body. Okay, regular basis. All right, 3 balanced workouts a week. So you could go 3 days doing cardio or an aerobic activity and 2 days doing muscular strength training. You know, and they're looking at, like we said here, half an hour of a planned exercise. Remember, exercise is planned, physical activity is what you do throughout the day. Your workout should have 3 phases, a warm-up, workout, and cool down. I always say that I believe swimmers and cross-country runners and track, they really do a good job of making sure their body's warmed up, just doing gradual cardiovascular activities that prepare your muscles. So think of a basketball game. Your warm-up is the 20-minute warm-up before the game. Softball, same thing. You have this warm-up period where you're doing sample exercises of what you're going to be doing in the actual workout, your game, to get your body ready. Warm-up, once again, here it just tells you to do that exercise and then to add a little bit of stretching in your warm-up. Your workout is where you're exercising at your peak. And like it says here, follow the FIT formula. Well, what is the FIT formula? F stands for frequency, I stands for intensity, T stands for type, and the last T stands for duration or time. Okay, once again, we talked about 3 exercise sessions a week, but you want to make sure that you are getting physical activity each day. All right, intensity is how hard. Create that overload, okay? It is, are you in your target heart rate zone, having a strain on your muscles but not being a pain? Workout, all right, the T stands for what type. What are you doing? What physically are you doing? Jogging, running, lifting weights, a yoga workout. Time, how long? 20 minutes, like they say here, 20 minutes, 3 days a week. Strength training, 20 to 30 minutes. And in strength training, you're keeping track of your sets, your reps, repetitions, and your weight. The last part of your workout should be a cool down, and this is where swimmers, I know, cool down. Track a lot of times cools down. In a lot of our team sports, we don't necessarily have this cool down. Our cool down is going to the locker room, but you want to take time to allow your breathing and your body temperature to return to normal. And this is where you want to do a majority of your stretching to prevent injuries. We talked about tracking your progress in a handwritten journal. You can do, it can be as simple as writing it on a calendar. That's why we have fitness logs, fitness calendars. It can be your Fitbit. It can be my app called MyFitnessPal or FujiCate. All right. The more you exercise and get your fitness level to increase, your resting heart rate will drop. And the resting heart rate is how fast my heart beats while I'm relaxed and while I'm not active. Right? How to check your resting heart rate? Sit quietly for at least 5 minutes, and then you take your pulse and you for 15 seconds and multiply it by 4. And this ends the lesson entitled Planning a Personal Activity Program.